Like, as much as I hate rejection, everybody hates it. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't hate to be rejected or to feel rejected, of course? But at the same time, I love being rejected. I hate it. I don't like when in the moment that you get rejected. I you know Everybody feels, you feel like you're worthless, you feel like you have no value, you feel like you're not appreciated. There's all these mixed emotions, of course. You feel like you're not worth what you think you are. But at the same time, I love being rejected too, because it gives me purpose in my life. It actually, if you know how to handle rejection, if you stand firm by what you believe, by your standards and who you are, it actually helps you refocus your energy and repurpose your life. Like, for example, let's say you like XY person, and you're like, okay, so, hey, look, I like you. And that person rejects you. You feel down for a moment, but right when you, right in that moment, it's like you receive this clarity in your brain, and suddenly you just feel this moment of appreciation, because that person is actually helping you to not waste your time on them. So it is not that you don't have any value. It is not that that person is not the worst person, but it's how life, it's actually teaching you that you need to stop wasting your time or invest or getting invested in that person that you believe is the correct person for you. So the perfect way to tell a person to no will be just like saying, on a nice way, maybe like, hey, look, I don't think like I'm the right person for you. We're not we're not in the same page. That's how I usually handle or manage a person that I think is not for me. And if they ask me, or if they tell me, or if they make a declaration towards me, and I'm like, no, I don't think we're no we're not compatible, and I let that person know. It's like, look, I mean, I think you're amazing, you're a great person, we're just not compatible. I don't feel that way. I remember this guy that he was so into me, and he couldn't handle my rejection. I was just simply telling him, it's like, look, I see how you feel, and that's cool, but I just don't feel the same fire for you, and I don't think it will be fair for me to be in a relation with you if I don't feel the same sparks that you feel, because we're gonna jump into a relation where you're gonna suffer, and you don't deserve that. So some people, they don't know how to say that. Some people, they don't know how to say those words, and they just like, boom, they just reject you right in your face, and they don't know how to explain it. And you're just like, fuck, why? What did I did wrong? Why am I being treated this way? But when you see that, when you understand, when a person doesn't, oops, oh shit. But when a person doesn't know how to handle you, and they just like blew you off, right in your face, you might think that's a bad thing for you, but it's actually a good thing. They saved you from, they basically, they saved you all the trouble from jumping into a relation with them, and then later in the long run doing something that you will totally hate, that you're gonna be like, why am I in this relation with this person? Because that person didn't have the courage at first to maybe express how they actually feel, and they decide to just to give it a chance, to a relation, to jumping into a relation with you just for nothing, because it ends up in big trouble and in a huge waste of time. So for those reasons, when someone rejects you abruptly and you don't like it, maybe at the beginning you might think that you are not worthless, that you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with this person? But at the same time, you have to be grateful, because they saved you from the trouble of actually being with them. Because if that's the way they handle it, if they handle it that way, they didn't know how. Imagine, if they didn't know what to say, or how to tell you no from the beginning. Imagine living with that person, for 5 years, and a man or a woman, and that person not knowing how to express their feelings towards you. So for those reasons, it is just, they might think that they're just like, like getting this huge revenge in their hands. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna like ghost him, or I'm gonna block him, or I'm gonna be like, no, go away, like, oh. But at the same time, it is a good thing that they did that from the beginning, that they are showing their true colors to you, because now you know for certain that it is not that you are not the right person for them. It's that that person is actually not right for you. If you know your true value, your real worth, and your true value, you know that that person that did that to you, they didn't spoke with you the right and the proper way, they didn't treat you right, that means it is not you, that you're not worth for that person, but that person is worth nothing for you, and because of those reasons, that's why you have to let go. And I know that it's really hard, and I know that at the beginning you just like, damn, you feel like it's all your fault that you did or you said something wrong. But I want you to know that it is not you. They saved you from all the troubles of being with them.